Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today we're finally going to be selling off my 120 Slayer tab. Yeah, if you've been with my channel for a long time, you would know I've been working on this on and off for probably like 2 years. So yeah, it's going to be great to finally get these items out of that stupid tab. And yeah, if you've been paying attention to my channel lately, I've been uploading a bunch of loot videos on various Slayer creatures. So I think you guys got a gist of what I did during this 120 Slayer. So instead of boring you with random bullshit, let's just go and check out the tab. Alright, this is going to be a lot of work, but we're going to go inventory by inventory, showing you the drops. So as for the first inventory, I thought it'd be interesting to just put all of my rare drops in there. And this is all I could find. I probably am missing a few rare drops in there, but we do have, like, you know, the Serenic Scales that you get, the Blood Necklace Shards, Visages, all the gauntlets and gloves that you may get, like these Nightmare Gauntlets, as you saw in my last loot video. That's a lot of money. How much is it now? 3.6, yeah, it didn't change that much. And yeah, as for the Ascension member items, like the Ascension grips and the keys, I didn't really get that many, and that's because I didn't really do that many tasks of the Gladii or Gladi, however you pronounce them, the Gladius. They're not very good experience, so I didn't end up doing that many tasks of them after I started really getting into Slayer. So these are the remnants of that. And then, if you have no idea what these items are, these are Dragon Rider items from Celestials. And at the bottom, these aren't necessarily rare items, but these are from the Nihils or Niles. Why is every creature in this game very ambiguous on how to pronounce them? Damn it. But yeah, you get these secondaries as the drop, and I know you can convert them to one type, but I kind of wanted just to see how many I got of each. You can totally tell I killed mainly Smoke, judging by the numbers, but these are actually pretty good price. Like the Smoke Nihil ones, I think are the cheapest, and it's 80k. We have a good amount of each. I think the Ice ones are the most. That's almost 100k. So, wait, maybe Blood's more. Yeah, Blood's about the same price, but yeah, this will be a good amount of money. I just had 4 item slots here, so I brought those in. But yeah, looking at this is not even a huge portion of the tab either. It's just a lot of the rare items, so I'm not really even sure what this will be worth, but let's see. Holy shit, 454 mil from just one inventory. Wow. So I had a gander at this a little bit, and it looks like Blood Shards are contributing the most, other than the cash, and then it goes the Nightmare Gauntlets, which is probably expected. Those 2 tasks, the Edemu and the Nightmares, definitely add the most money per task. That is definitely for sure. And yeah, I didn't mention, but if you're wondering where the coins came from, I think like 40 to 50 mil of this was from Rune Dragons. And no, they don't drop that much coins. It's because I did like 500 kills on a loot video where I did do Slayer tasks. So I just sold the tab for the video and then chucked the money in the tab. But what's the holdup? Let's go sell this shit, and hopefully I can get this much. I will say that I'm going to be really impatient in this video because the tab is absolutely massive. So if I have to sell things a little bit lower than their price, I don't really care. I did this Slayer grind for fun. If I lose a bit of money, I'm still making a lot of money. That's all that matters. Well, I'm back, and it seems like there's a few items like the Nightmare Gauntlets and the Blood Shards that aren't selling for like 50% of the price, even just waiting. I've been here for like 15 minutes waiting, so I don't really want to do like the overnight selling because it would just make this video a lot more annoying to make. So in the meantime, while I wait for those things to sell, I'm going to show you the next inventory, and this is a lot of stuff. This is all the rune items and the armor and the ores. So as you can see, I will say that like 80%, 90% of the rune ore and coal is from the Spring Cleaner. And you can imagine that if I didn't have the Spring Cleaner, I would just have had a lot more rune items. So yeah, that's how that works. And it's going to be really interesting to see what this would be like, you know, a year from now when the smithing rework is in full force. You know, rune items are going to be garbage. So like, this is going to be so much more compared to what it will be in the future. Just keep that in mind. But I'm like really interested in seeing how much this is worth. Is this going to be worth more than the first tab? Oh, that's not too bad. 301 mil. A little bit less than I thought it would be, considering half the money already is just from the rune ore. It seems like a lot of these items just don't contribute all that much, I guess. So I'm going to go quickly sell all of this stuff, and you know, if these things don't sell, I don't think I'm going to elk them. That is a lot of elking. Here is the third inventory, and yeah, it's just a bunch of skilling items like gems, hides, bars, logs, etc. pretty straightforward. And I'm sure this will be worth a lot, seeing as I have 12,000 addy bars alone. That is like what? That has to be like 40 mil or something. Yeah, the bottom 2 rows, except the mithril bars and the runite limbs, these are some of the rare drop table drops you can get. It may not be as accurate as what you probably can get with the luck rework, but it's probably around here. And keep in mind, some of these might be from bossing. I didn't keep track of rare drop table drops, so this is... I just brought everything from my tab, honestly. I may have some of these from, like, you know, other bosses I've done in the past, but it doesn't really contribute all that much money. And like usual, the last tab wasn't really selling all that well, but hopefully this will all sell, because it's all, you know, pretty commonly bought items. And yeah, I just realized while I'm selling this, I completely forgot to price check it. I am really sorry, but I started the selling at like 660 mil or something, right? Is that what it was? You know, I don't even know anymore. Was that what it was? Oh well, I'm very sorry I didn't price check it, but it was probably around like 100 something mil. That's what I would guess. So I'm really stupid. I just realized I could have just looked at the Grand Exchange history and then price checked the remainder of the items. So I sold like 7 of the items in this inventory and it totaled to be 76 mil. So we can just price check the remainder and see what this is worth. 125 mil? Holy shit, that's actually really good. So yeah, that's like a 200 mil inventory. I actually thought it was going to be less than that, but I completely forgot. Rune bars are 14k each. You know, I was actually expecting to have a lot more herbs than I do here, but these amount of herbs should contribute a decent amount if they are a decent price right now. Like, oh, they're actually like 4k each. Dwarf weeds are 2k each, what? But other than that, there's a lot of good items in here, like the steel plate bodies, the 100,000 elder energy, half of that coming from Muspa and the other half probably nightmares. And then a bunch of the items that nightmares and Muspas both drop, the dragon dart tips, dragon arrowheads, and dragon bolt tips. I'm sure none of these will really sell all that much because there's just so many of them, and only the dart tips really are useful necessarily. Before I forget, let's actually price check. Not bad, 127 mil or so. I did not realize Toadflax and Irits were that much. Holy shit. That's actually really good. The further you go into my tab, the more disorganized things get, so this is definitely understandable. Now, the only items that really matter in this inventory are the, like, Wine of Zammies, which I think are, like, 11k. Actually, 12k. Not bad. Also, the Reinforced Dragon Bones, which are the Rune Dragon Bones, which are, like, what, 13k each? That's a nice chunk of change. These Onyx Bolts are from Rare Drop Table. That's 2 drops. Only got 2 in this entire video. So price check wise, this is a nice 53 mil GP. Not bad. Hopefully it sells for 50. This is all of the extra stuff I could find that was part of my tab. This is what I got in terms of charms. So obviously you're going to get mostly crimsons. Half of this is from the celestial dragons alone. And yeah, most of the blue charms are like dark beasts and like ripper demons. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good charms. Better than I expected. 37 mil. And we do still have some more items selling. And I'll be back with the final price check. I'm so glad that is over. And here we are at the end. I ended up with 1.1 billion GP, which is just crazy. I am so happy that we're done and we actually have money to show for it. So I didn't really show you guys the greatness of this cape. Look at that. Oh, hey, get in my way, dude. But yeah, look at that. I think it looks actually really good with my outfit. I mean, it's a very simple outfit, but I don't know. For some reason, I think it looks really nice with the turkey hat. And I know you guys probably think the turkey hat looks fucking stupid, but hey, I've had that turkey hat forever. It is a part of me. But yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to be wearing this a lot compared to my 120 farming cape. I have a special place in my heart for the farming cape, so I don't really know. I think I like the colors on this one a lot better. The red trim is just really nice looking, but I'll probably just flip-flop between those two capes, as I feel like they're both pretty prestigious. I missed a lot of tasks in terms of writing it in my spreadsheet, but right now it says it's like 425 tasks, and assuming I missed a lot of them, let's say I probably did like 500 tasks for 120 Slayer. I think that's a good estimate. And going along with that, I didn't keep track of the hours I spent on this either. It's really difficult to do that unless you logged it every single day, but I can probably estimate this took me around 250 to 300 hours to complete, but for the purposes of the calculations and just on paper, let's say this video took me 300 hours. That's the best I could do. And as for Slayer, you might be wondering how much Slayer this video actually was. So it was 66 million experience. I started this at 37 million because I had a previous Slayer series of going for 500 mil GP. So that put me up to like 37 million. So yeah, 66 million Slayer. So that makes more sense on why it was 1.1 bill. I was originally expecting, 1.5, but, more in line with other people's tabs that I've seen. But it makes sense because I only did 66 million of it, which is a third of 120. And it also goes in line with the estimate that Slayer is usually like 20 GP per experience. That's kind of how I measure Slayer, and that's usually what it has been like, unless you do boss tasks. Another thing too is I didn't do any boss tasks this entire 120 Slayer grind because I kind of wanted bossing to be separate from Slayer for me in terms of like my YouTube videos. Just know if you did bossing, like, QBD tasks, God Wars 1 tasks, etc., Reaper tasks, you would make a lot more than 1.1 bill GP and 66 million Slayer. It's around 3.7 mil per hour the entire way through, which is actually really nice considering I probably lost 50 to 60 mil selling the tab just by losing money on like the margins. So when people tell you to do Slayer for money, they're not lying. This definitely shows you that normal Slayer, not even doing bossing, is like 4 mil an hour the entire way through 120. And remember, all these rates are before Menaphos and all those Slayer changes that presumably have come with it. But yeah, I think that does it for this video. Sorry it might have seemed pretty convoluted and all over the place, but hopefully it was still enjoyable. And I'm just more so glad that I'm done with this grind. I don't really think I'm going to go do Slayer on this account anytime soon unless it's like Menaphos related or something. But seeing as 120 Slayer is now a completionist requirement starting in like a few months, I'm going to have to do this all over again on my Iron Man. But granted, I don't have to really keep track of everything on that account as much as I did on here. Like, it was crazy. And before I go, if you guys are wondering like the amount of like effigies or brawling gloves or even like Triskelions that I got, I didn't keep track of it in the early stages of Slayer, and then I just realized I should have, but it was kind of too late. But I will say, I think I got like 7 effigies. Looking over my past videos and such of Slayer, I think it was around 7 effigies, and like, I would say probably like 5 to 10 brawling gloves, and then Triskelions, I have absolutely no idea. I'm sorry about that, but I think that does it for the video. If you want to talk to me in game, join my friends chat, fatnooblet. Also, check out my links in the description where you can find my Twitch where I do my live streams, my Twitter, my Patreon, and my Discord server. So glad that Slayer is complete. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.